incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do... Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Hallone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm assuming that the last message you said, never mind. I'm not sure. I don't know the nomenclature, because where I'm at right now is real late at night and my insomnia is kicking good. How you doing? Are you good? Hold on, let me make sure. Alright. Doing good? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me get back in here. Stepped outside for a hot second. Alright. Let me get started on this. Yeah, don't forgive that in the background. That's a small town murder. I listen to a lot of true crime at night. There we go. I like to listen to my stuff. I had to run back here because I didn't want to get killed while I went outside. And all that blah 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 blah. There's probably nobody here and I'm just talking to myself. In which case, that's cool. How you doing, Easy? Everything good? That's bogging down, calling it into the evening. Ah, which panel? I haven't seen you over at Blaze lately. I mean, I don't myself, but you know, I still supported it. Oh. Sunfish for fish? Sounds like something Sir Adzi would be into. Just because he loves slapping people with a fish. It's his saying, I don't even bother to question it.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task, and the
Oh, you did? I didn't even know about that. Yeah, you know, it's funny, like, there's a few people that are subscribed to me, and they, like, I went on to a couple of their things, and, you know, I'm like, you know, just in their rooms and saying, you know, hi, and they're like, wow, I figured you'd stop talking to me, and I'm like, why would that be? And then I would get told about situations, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that. In which case, I know nothing about what's going on between you two.
And this, of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's.
Yeah, you know, if you see one of my original videos, I said, I live my life with my drama on my television. Yeah. I be saying, like, I don't know the situation, but I don't. And, you know, I'm not neutral or not. I really don't know. And since I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and go on or off against somebody. I did that once when I started, but that was because I got sucked in for that moment. But at the same time, I didn't say anything, like, too far, I guess.
That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics.
I just say, wow, that sounds like, you know, I try to keep it as facetious as possible.
The situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion.
But you know that I don't bring... I try not to bring that dramatic stuff. Mostly because we're on the internet.
Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin.
I can't see the point of having contention.
A single stone to prompt an avalanche.
Exactly. I don't need it. Mentally, it just screws me up. I got enough problems.
On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
That, and once again, this is the internet. If I get mad about what somebody's typing, I got problems. I could just easily either A, not read it, or B, not read it. Well, there is the other option where I could, like, read it and still not care, because, you know, I had real bullies growing up. I didn't have cyber bullies. I had to use my fists. I couldn't come up with clever nomenclature. But neither here nor there. I'm having too much fun doing quote battles. Which is weird, because I did one stream where somebody said all I do is complain, and I'm like, Oh, and then I realized they were like 15, and I went, you have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't bother to say that. Well, what do you want? They're, 15, so don't get me twisted. I respect everybody, I listen to everybody. But when somebody thinks that I'm really complaining, I'm like, wow. Or the other thing I would say is, if this is your biggest problem, bro, you're doing awesome. I'm sorry I didn't have to grow up worried about that. I was busy, trying to avoid being killed by people. And killing people. So, I was avoiding doing both of those things. Didn't have time to worry about, petty stuff that people gotta say. Especially, where I come from, things you say could get you popped. That was funny. Like, I'm not even talking in a way of complaint. I'm just making convo. I talk about anything, obviously. Exactly. Syracuse, New Jersey, or New York? I always get it confused. Either which way, I know Jersey ain't nothing sweet, and for some reason, any part of New York, especially outside of the city, is much more dangerous to me, because ain't worse than everybody knowing each other. That means, yeah. I didn't know all of that dramatic stuff was happening. Noticed. I tend to stay far away from it. Like, person I try to keep in contact with whenever I see him is Boomy. And, I've always been, because Boomy's the one that introduced me to everybody. Yeah. Like, if it weren't for Boomy, I wouldn't have met everybody else. And I met Boomy playing Horizon. But then because of that, it's because of him that slowly but surely I met another miscreant, misfit, nitwit, crazy person who loved randomly quoting movies and song lyrics. And then we started what I like to call the one quote battles ever. Because somebody else was using quote battle I saw way back when. But I don't know what they were on. They only had like 2 videos. We made it a thing. I even had somebody quote battling me on my on the last live stream I just did. It was cool. They hit me with the gold finger. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. It was Shinryu. Me too. And I still got plenty more. That's why I was sitting up here like, all right, we're at 600. That means a break. We gotta like, I don't know how many we can do. I don't think we can run out. Me too. And there's a lot I just can't use. I still can't believe I used that constipator line from Dead Like Me. You know that you're a constipator. You disturbed my shit. That was from Dead Like Me. I usually don't curse though. But hell, even if I try to like put the barometer up to do this only at night where I curse, ain't no way around it. Kids are always cursing, so I might as well just go ahead and do it. But if I do that, then I gotta start going, like, comment, and subscribe. No. I think my favorite part of quote battles has been the song lyrics. Sitting up here and trying to say it in the most stale way possible or conversationally what are actual lyrics. That part is fun. Yeah. Except I did use a wrestling one. I use because I love wrestling theme songs. Like there's some really good wrestling theme songs. So that one that's like I Ain't Your Friend and You're Not Mine. That's from a group called Blue Smock Nancy. The song's called Unsettling Differences. I just love that song. But that's what I like about Quote Battle. We just get to let our freak flags fly. But I censor myself on some of my lyrics, just like you censor yourself on some songs you can't say. For obvious reasons. It's hilarious, because it's true. For the same reason I try not to be all cursing. Because I don't want people to come to my channel thinking that's what I do. Even though I see a lot of them. Like, I watch a lot of game streamers that do a lot of cursing, and I try not to. Unless I'm in the middle of a conversation. Then it's like Richard Pryor, who doesn't curse just to... He curses because it's part of the conversation. There we go. I'm just making sure everything's charged as I'm running. Yeah, I expect you to come in here, you know, chop it up, chill. You're always a good person for that. I like hanging out with you. But it always trips me out when I got people in the chat and, like, or the people that show up and watch this, and I'm like, not really talking about the game here. Although the cool part about that is that even though I don't know the people that come in here, I do have occasional people that take pity on me in the video games I'm playing, and they see how bad I'm doing, and they're like, you want some help? And I'm like, yes. I don't know what make people think I'm above that. I don't know where this pride is people keep thinking of. Besides, isn't pride supposed to be a sin? I even said that in one of my original videos. That's another time where I cursed. I said, how come when you're proud of what you are, where does it involve shitting on others? Is that why it's a sin? Oh, and for my a message to the rich people. I get it. You can buy and sell me and ruin my life financially, but ass whoopings are free. Yeah, you should get back to your panel. What are you doing over here? Don't get it wrong. I appreciate it. You know you're always welcome over here. If I had a PC, I'd put together a panel. Hell, that whole thing we did where I was learning how to use that side-by-side live stream. That's the closest thing, and I didn't even put that one live. That's awesome. He's talking about how life works. He said, you know, 27, everything's complicated. You might as well just give up. And then he said, you know, it's funny because in your 30s, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of understand, but you don't know what they're saying. And then when you get to your 40, when you get to 40, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you know what? I don't even want to know. I kicked that killer. There you are. But yeah, I'm playing. I got mad insomnia. If there's anybody up in here, you're welcome to chill out and vibe. Oh dear God, what am I listening to? It's horrible. Why am I listening to this? Yeah, I always love a good chop-up session. Glad you're doing better, man. Remember, whenever you're upset and you don't know what to do, whoa, helps. Let me see here.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made.
Stand my ground. Stand my ground if it won't bomb me out. Hold up, is it sunfish or fish or sunfish for fish? Oh, nope, never mind.
With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no... From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Wow, his hands raised up in the air and waved it like he just don't care.
Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come.
Okay, people, I'm gonna step outside for a second while this guy gives his speech.
And together we shall...
Oh, why do they have the blue ones? I'm stuck with this gay yellow.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
Alright, sorry. Someone stream right quick. My apologies, people. I just came back. I went to go support the stream. Got caught up in a convo.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm... So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to... My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidel's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed, given the sensitive nature... That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you... Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They note, following some discreet inquiries, alas, the man was... We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the immortal These conspirators are the vines by which It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is when it does. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread, we must be prepared for anything. Walt.
Well...
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that
Long time no
not a
see.
word from
Welcome
my-
back. Easy.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanaland than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher.
Right?
But you, Wilbert.
So what happened on the panel? Everybody disappeared.
You were an adventurer of some standing.
They seemed pretty cool.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero...
But I think everybody cool. Like, unless I'm in the vicinity and I catch a vibe.
Anyway. I have tidings.
Well, yeah, you know, people like to catch them Z's.
So there has been
I would,
progress.
but I can't sleep.
I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between
I keep wanting to make different videos.
Give your visit a second thought.
Like, I got so many videos on here just talking about all this different stuff, and it helps because, you know, I cover a lot of issues, but at the same time,
Let us speak here, in plain view of
between
all.
that and quote battle, I'm just addicted to making videos. I don't even care about how many subscribers or anything I get. If I get them, that's cool.
So it is we who have been compromised. To Leggy Adelegi's machinations.
What I would like,
shaking
though,
the guards
honestly,
to our
is
foundations.
for the people that do sub,
Such
if
uncertain
I'm
times,
gaming or, you know, on a
man's
stream,
loyalty may be
they're more
bought
than
for a
helpful.
fist
They're more than
and
welcome to walk on through. I just play the game for background, like I keep saying.
But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime.
I mean, don't get it twisted. If I were to make a good amount of subscribers or something, to where, you know, that would be cool. I'm not going to sit up there and knock on it, but it's not my ambition.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone
Our ambition is
days
to meet more cool
and
people like
drink to
yourself.
the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up.
Oh, I'm glad I got you here.
It would seem your services
I gotta speak to somebody about this.
I dare say we have Roban's prudence.
That Wednesday show on Netflix, I haven't peeped it, and I haven't had the desire to. Because, for me, they keep messing up Wednesday. Just in my humble opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, Christina Ricci, you know, I had a crush on her when I was younger, so she did great as Wednesday. I'm not sure if she was a good actress at the time, but at the time I was a kid, so, you know. So it's not one of those weird, creepy things. I always had a crush on her. But she was okay, but the Wednesday I know, she was always younger than Pugsley, if I remember. But they always try to make her older, and they make her, like, more psychotic than she was. And that always kind of bothered me. Plus, I don't like the way Gomez looks. Maybe I'm too attached to Raul Julia. He was the last Gomez that I accepted. Obviously John Aston, but that's the original Gomez, so you know. I don't think it's not bad. I don't like the Wednesday attitude, though. Like, you know, they make her all dark and goth, and that's cool, but Wednesday never really was. Like, she was, but she wasn't. In the old show, she was too young to be. She was just playing with her lion and, you know, hanging out with her brother, and they were doing stuff, but they didn't really cause a lot of carnage. It wasn't until the movies. And even then, there was an affection to her. But that also might be because I have an unnatural... I have this thing with Tim Burton. I love him and I hate him at the same time. But does that make sense, or am I just being nuts? I mean, I've heard good things about the show, but at the same time, like I said, remember Wednesday? She wasn't that old. They make her like, so she wasn't really dark. I mean, they got her middle school, and then like I don't even see Pugsley, and Pugsley was my favorite. I always figured he'd whoop Eddie Munster's ass, but that's just me. And I love the Munsters. Yeah, so me saying that I used to have a crush on Christina Ricci as a child, that's not so bad because she's always been older than me anyway. So whatever. Yeah, Lurch is awesome. Almost every version of him was good. They kept him right. And the guy that plays Fester looks pretty cool. But also, you know, on YouTube, they have like a channel that plays Addams Family like 24/7, like the classic. Also, I always thought Cousin It was the biggest pimp in that show. Yeah, he was. But I will say this. The only thing that got me upset when it came to like later incarnations of the Addams Family is that they took away my favorite like bit from there. Like they did it in the cartoon, but like I didn't see it happen much in the movie, and it didn't happen in like the later TV shows. Morticia didn't speak French and drive Gomez. That was one of my favorite bits on there. Where he's like, when she say something in French, like, "Are you speaking French?" and he start kissing her arm. That's classic comedy. Yeah. No matter what would happen, like they were gonna have a sword fight, and she's like, "On guard." He said, "Is that French?" He throws his sword down. I surrender. He just starts. Uh, Classic. I know, right? Oh wait, I gotta get this moon shot. Oh, Alright, I'm back. I just had to record it. Not much. Second. Can't pass that up. Besides, even though it's like late as heck over here, I gotta remember that this is like some world stuff, so there can be people in other countries right now, they're just waking up to this nonsense. Have to hear this growly voice of mine. Although I could come off a little bit smoother, you know, sound like I'm just trying to be sweet, baby. Oh yeah. And that ain't even me. Anyways. Editing. Da-da-da-da-da. I still prefer a Tiny Toons spoof on it called Pasadena Jones and the Secret of Life. Went through all that fighting the bad guys. And then when he gets there, his friends pop out of the treasure. And they're like, friends are the secret of life. And he just goes, in the sequel, that's it, I'm going for some gold. Yeah. I gotta stop listening to these true crimes, but I can't help it. Yeah, that happens. I'm still wondering who the other people are watching this. I can't help it. My need for a mystery solving. Especially since I don't have a computer, so I can't just double click on the side and see who's in here. Yeah. Well, you're the moderator. I think you can like press the buttons on there. Rock and roll high school, forever and ever. Go to rock high school, forever and ever. Why is that stuck in my head? Anyways. Not even a good one by the Ramones, but just that one with Corey Feldman. It came out in the 90s. You know, early 90s. There was one quote I was gonna use, but I was like, it's so hard to find the damn cartoon that it came from. It was a monster under my bed. It was a cartoon where the human kid was afraid of monsters under his bed, but the monster was afraid of humans under his bed. Yeah, it was like a one-timer. It's Saturday morning. The other one that came up that nobody remembers. Remember this cat named Captain O.G. Reedmore? Yeah. I've been looking for him forever. Yeah, I'm glad you're here for this, because there's a lot of these I can't remember. Like, I remember this one cartoon hosting show where they had these black dude and this white dude in a basement. And there was this kid that used to come on there named Mean Eric. And he'd always go, "This is my show now." I don't know what the hell it was called. He used to come on along with this other one called Way Cool. Can't find any episodes of that anywhere. So now I keep thinking I'm insane. Yeah, pictures pages. Chip and Pepper's Cartoon Madness. Space Cats. Brood Dog and the Dweebs. Camp Candy. Oh, home movies is so good. You know that Brendan Small, he's the lead singer of Death Clock from Metalocalypse. And he looks like Seth Green and James Hetfield on stage anyway. Yeah, home movies though is excellent. But it like that. I don't know. What was the first Squiggle Vision cartoon? I want to say it was Dr. Katz Professional Therapist, but I don't think it was. But Jonathan Katz did have some. He did help produce that show. But it was weird, you know. Okay, like when I lived in Vegas, I had cable and all that, but Cartoon Network wasn't available out there unless you specifically requested it. But like it was available like in California or people that had that satellite. This is before digital cable, you know. Even if you had a pirate box, you weren't getting Cartoon Network because it wasn't available for a long time, and then it was. So I'd already like missed out on the stuff like Moxie and that show about the alfalfa-looking kid. Yeah, Brendan Small. I think that's where H. John Benjamin got like more clout before, you know, Archer and Bob's Burgers. Dun 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 dun. And then that gothic horror.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Oh, she's got a Chelsea cut.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
No, it doesn't tower over anybody, Emmerich.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
Cool, taciturn Temple Knight. Let's call you TTK.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. The territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom, consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap
Oh, this
one day,
political.
but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed...
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I
At
came
home
here.
movies was awesome. And then small. Oh, snap, I forgot. There we go. Alphabet. You know what, Easy? I don't know if you're still here, but one thing that I will say that makes me laugh is when you told me how bad The Monsters was as a movie. I was just like, it wasn't as bad as the live-action TV show they put out in like the early 90s. Picture the Monsters. There we go. There we go.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
All this diplomacy.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Of course they were all for naught. Let's get naughty. Let me get these sweet trousers. Oh, this is such a nightmare. Is it the part where they ask you for advice and you're just sitting here going, I have no idea what you guys are talking about? Because that's the ones that is always the worst for me. I'm like, just, can't you be comfortable with the fact that I'm stupid? That's just my answer usually, but they don't seem to buy it. Ah, that's always complicated. Either which way, you know you didn't have to explain to me about why you were gone. I was just chopping up, just talking. That's one thing I don't ever expect from viewers. Anybody that chops it up here, it's like, yeah, I'm aware that you guys got these, you know, lives. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, but as much as I appreciate that, it's your daughter, dude. She takes precedence, and you know that. And I know that. So, no way I would be offended. You deal with that. Then, if it's too much, you come here and we say some stupid shit. I thought you understood this dynamic by now. God, I wish I was better at explaining stuff. Oh, at the observation. God, I'm stupid. Oh yeah, Merchant and Mender. Let me talk to you. Yeah. You saw I took a picture. Oh, I'm the quote battle guy? I had no idea that I had an identity. Oh my. Ah. Yeah, Anubis. Which is weird because it is Egyptian, because I'm not judgmental like death, because it comes for everybody, but also got the name from Ronin warriors. I showed you the picture on my community tab. Yep. Sorry, I'm listening to Crime and Sports. It's so funny. Fights. There are boxing matches or MMA. You have a great one too. Oh, okay. Yeah. I watch MMA like you watch wrestling. In other words, I don't. But I know it. I will say this about it. Like, when I was coming up, the UFC, like, they was all like not even long fights. And MMA was like you had a dude who did karate versus a dude who did judo. Like, you know, when it was not even called UFC, they still called it Ultimate Fighting Championship. Like, you know, you saw Ken Shamrock against Royce Gracie. They didn't even have a proper cage. It was kind of a freak show now that I think about it. But that was what I used to watch. I used to enjoy watching people get punched in the face. I like it in the movies. I like it in wrestling because there's an art to it. But, I don't know. The violent side of me is over. I'm too old. Yeah. But you remember that when it was Ultimate Fighting Championship, like years ago. But I just loved that was the mixed martial art of it. Like, you know, you had, alright, there wasn't a guy who knew 3 disciplines. There was a dude who had 1 discipline down, It was pretty much like Bloodsport. What I Oh, wait, while I got you here, do you remember they did a long time ago on pay-per-view, like where they had the action stars actually have fights? Like, I think they did it one time. It was like, yeah, Ernie Reyes Jr., Jeff Speakman, Cynthia Rothrock, O'Brien. Yeah. That's okay. Like later on today, I get to watch some tag team wrestling. You know, I kind of wish they would do that in MMA. Tag team fights. I don't care. They can figure it out. No, it was not celebrity boxing. It was actual martial arts exhibitions because these were all like actual martial artists. You had Cynthia Rothrock, you know, Ernie Reyes Jr., Jeff Speakman from The Perfect Weapon. T.J. Roberts was too young. I think Billy Blanks was even involved. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Because, you know, Cynthia Rothrock was an actual champion. People forget. China O'Brien could actually fight. Yeah. It was on pay-per-view years. I'm talking like, I want to say like 1991 or 2. Possibly 3. Those years for me really blend together. Oh, thank goodness. See, you know what I'm talking about. It's nice when someone actually knows what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not kidding. Most people be like, I've never heard of this. Are you making this up? I'm like, no. Yeah. I wasn't. I'm old, but I ain't that old. I ain't that young either. I'm like somewhere in the middle. Actually, I would like to be old. The older I get, the less crap I gotta do. You know, I got into high school like right before the 2000s. Then I never went again. That's not a big deal. You're not really pushing it. Pushing 50 is if you're 49, maybe 48. Anyways, you said you gonna go catch that MMA. I don't want to deprive you of said activity. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. But to really bake your noodle is how the hell I know what you're talking about most of the time, considering the fact that there yet. This is true. I try to be. Most of the time, my surprise and contention is always off stuff I don't mention when I'm hanging out in my fifth dimension, you know, with those little intentions. Or they say the fabrication of my sick imagination causes other kinds of it. Oh, great, I'm zoning out. That was when I sit here playing video games late at night. I can't sleep. Or some inadvertent freestyle. I do that sometimes. Slamming. There we go. Alright, yeah, you got your MMA, I got my crime and sports, so, you know. As long as they actually start punching. Alright, let me see here. You have a good one, okay? Alright, now you have a good one. I'm about to get off of here in a sec myself. Listen to some video, listen to my crime and sports. Chill out. For real, have a blessed one, bro. Oh good, I finished that mission quickly. Alright people, y'all all have a good one. I'm gonna try to rest up a bit. I'll be back on in a few hours. But I can't stop playing at this point.